Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglio and Bay State Savings Bank.
Coming up this week on the Friday Night Football Frenzy, the local college slate gets underway as Worcester State visits WPI. The Route 56 Rumble is renewed as Anna Maria visits Becker. The St. John's Pioneers could possibly be the best team in Massachusetts this season. We'll preview St. John's. And it's grudge time as we make our picks for the 2019 season. They're hitting for real. The Frenzy starts right now.
Everybody's ready to crack some heads. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to be back.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Frenzy. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. Finally, we have games. We have highlights to talk about. It's not just all previews, although we will preview the local high schools, but we got some good college games on tap for you tonight as well.
I know we were on last week, but it seems like it's been a while.
Ooh, a long time.
A long time. College football kicking off in central Massachusetts. Yeah. WPI has really become the gold standard for Division III in the area right now. And the Engineers getting off to a good start.
Well, they're loaded with talent. I mean, Chris Robertson's crew, they are a senior-heavy team, and this senior class has had success since they were freshmen and burst onto the scene. Tonight, though, taking on Worcester State, it's a great city rivalry. Let's take you inside the WPI locker room and listen up with head coach Chris Robertson.
The strongest of foundations take time. Nothing great is built in a day. We do things, guys, brick by brick. Every single one of us has a responsibility. When you go out there tonight, you take that brick with you. Let's bring it in tight. Here we go. Yeah, brick by brick on three. 1, 2, 3. Brick by brick. Let's go.
All right, I love it.
C-Rob took it down to the wood.
The feisty goats are ready. Tech's ready. This is WPI Worcester State. First quarter scoreless game. Sean McAllen taking off. Sean McAllen takes it down to the 20-yard line. His arms look like Dan Hampton's from the 86 Bears. Couple plays later, Julian Nyland up top to Clark Ewan for the touchdown. 7-0 WPI in front.
Your reference is getting older
WPI locals playing some defense. Jack Jaralskis, former Algonquin standout, knocking down the pass. Next WPI possession, McAllen blasting into the land of 6. He had 78 yards rushing tonight, 14-0 Tech. Second quarter, Austin Pesce on the punt return. Pesce gets the wall right. Now he cuts it back across the field. Could he? 89 yards for the touchdown on the punt return. 21-0 WPI. Former Shepherd Hill star Nick Ostrowski with a big hit. One of the captains for WPI. Laying the wood out there tonight. Nyland. Great ball to McAllen. McAllen showing off his versatility. Back shoulder catch takes it down to the 2-yard line. Sets up Connor Field. Connor Field plowing into the end zone. He had 117 yards rushing tonight. WPI wins, or they're up 28-0 there, and they go on to win it 51-0. Here's your final.
Football playing on field. Football playing on field. Coach well. I do my job. I do my job. Do my job. Do my job. Do my
All right, Dan Mulrooney jacked and pumped. Frank Forcucci ready to go. He's the Becker coach. It is Anna Maria and Becker renewing acquaintances. First quarter, Becker reverse handoff. Randy Morgan rumbling to the house. 20-yard touchdown, 6-0 Becker. Anna Maria defense bowing up on the second possession. Dylan Diorio, the holy name guy, having a day, making a stop and enjoying himself. Becker then marches back on the next possession. David Collins counter. Flies in from 10 yards out. 12-0 Becker. And their defense making things stand up early. Sebastian Celestin, Tazon Barrett rally to the ball to make a play. Second quarter now. Diorio, he had 10 tackles, helping lead the AMCAT defense. Another stop at the line of scrimmage there. Becker defense, it was hitting weather. Little chilly up there in Leicester. Sean Barnes is a freshman. Oh, he puts a little pop on to knock the runner out of bounds. Anna Maria defense then forcing a punt late in the second quarter. Damian Smith is a freshman, going to return this one. Right back up the middle. And now Anna Maria in their best starting field position, just 20-plus yards away. Alex Cohen, the quarterback, delivering to Marquise Roderick for the touchdown, made it 12-6. Becker, though, 292 yards rushing. They get the win, 33-19, the final.
Nichols opening their season on the road at Dean under the lights at beautiful Franklin High School. First quarter, Dean College driving. Terrell Watts up top. Great grab by Julian Burris at the 1 yard line. Same combo. Striking again, it is Watts to Burris. Another great grab, one-handed diving grab. Wow, Dean's up 6-0. Nichols looking to answer. Michael Pina on 3rd and long, hits Hunter Ferreira. Add on some yards after the catch. Ferreira's got a first down. But the Dean defense would stiffen and hold. Pina rolling out. Tyson Poole is there for the big sack. And the Dean defense coming up big. Second quarter now, Nichols driving. Pina, great ball down the middle to his big tight end, Matt Mulroy. First down for the Bison. Nichols getting on the board. Pina hits Jake Wood. Wood with another touchdown on the frenzy. What else is new?
The Northbridge guy never stops.
7-6, Bison in front. Dean answering late in the half. Watts hitting Errol Bro for the score, 12-17. Nichols comes back though, and they win emphatically. 37-12 is your final. So that's a big win for Nichols on opening night. But going back to that WPI game, huge win for Chris Robertson and his team. And WPI doing it in all 3 phases of the game. The defense pitching the shutout. They score on special teams. They had some great punts in this game as well to flip field position. And then their offense was balanced, which is exactly what Chris Robertson wants. Run the ball and throw as well when you have to, but run to set up everything else.
Anna Maria and Becker are 2 teams, 2 programs looking to be on the rise, trying to get back into that position, and it was a battle tonight. Frank Forcucci's bunch, they didn't have as many guys on that sideline in uniform tonight, but Becker came out and played hard. They got off to a great start, and Anna Maria had to kind of play from behind a little bit. But Dan Mulrooney's bunch, talented, young, they will be heard from. Both those teams could make a little bit of noise.
All right, when we come back, we're going to take a look at Divisions 3 and 4. Andy and I will make our picks, plus we'll preview the St. John's Pioneers. Stay with us. The Frenzy's just getting started.
Our founders would have never seen this coming.
Spygate?
No.
Deflategate?
No.
What then?
Benji! Benji knocks down any obstacle that he can get his paws on and tackles every high interest rate that gets in between us and our customers, which is why he made the Bay State Savings Bank team.
You're right. They would have never seen Benji coming, but I'm sure they're glad he came.
Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Bullying, be smart, don't start. Make the grade and join the anti-bully crusade.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Coriglia.
The next step for you guys is to start taking circumferences. See where it's marked on beats 1 and 3 in that measuring? Okay, good. Let's go one more time from the beginning. Here we go. Yeah. All right.
Hi, I'm Rich Salmon, GM of Becker and Nissan. Come join us for our 2019 clearance event.
This is the all-new 2019 redesigned Nissan Altima, now available in all-wheel drive. Here we have the 2019 Nissan Kicks. Sporty, stylish, and incredibly fun to drive.
If you work for UMass, Fallon, St. Gobain's, Wyman Gordon, or any of Worcester's largest employers, we'll take care of you with an additional discount up to $500.
Becker and Nissan, Route 20, Auburn, Massachusetts.
Calling all kids. The Teddy Bear Clinic is back. Bring your parents and your favorite stuffed toy to UMass Memorial Children's Medical Center on Lake Ave in Worcester for the Teddy Bear Clinic on Saturday, September 21st from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
There you go, Mom.
Step aboard a fire truck, check out a police cruiser, and visit dozens of interactive booths at this free health and safety fair.
Don't miss the fun.
Because learning about health is a very good idea.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
Worcester police are asking for the public's help as they investigate a shooting.
A porch fire in Worcester displaces 8 residents.
Towns are reaping the benefits of the state's growing marijuana business. Police say they are still receiving reports of drivers speeding in the same area of the crash.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is brought to you by Becker and Nissan of Auburn, the Bancroft School in Worcester, Milford Federal, Holy Cross Athletics, the Sullivan Group, Poochie's Fine Jewelry, Nichols College, the Wealth Management Group of Raymond James Worcester, and the Central Mass Safety Council.
All right, welcome back. Well, St. John's has got their big three with Jay Brunel, Iman Dennis, and Colin Schofield. This is a team right now that is loaded with talent, and they're deep.
Are they better than they were 2 years ago when they won a state championship?
We'll see.
These guys were sophomores at that time. So Brenna Wilson went into camp, took a little bit of a look at the St. John's seniors and how they enjoy being a team to beat in Central Mass.
The seniors on the St. John's football team were sophomores when the program won a state championship. The players know what it takes to win, and they believe they have all the tools necessary to do it again.
That's why you go to St. John's. I mean, you want the target on your back. It motivates you every day, and that's why we want to show it out every Friday night.
As the new football season approaches, the St. John's Pioneers are once again the team to beat. The Pioneers love having a target on their back. They know they will see the best from their opponents each week.
Every week, hearing the talk around the games, facing a rival, it's always gives us some fire before we play.
It's really good for us because we're getting the best from our opponents every week. So like we're all getting better.
After falling last season in the state semis to Springfield Central, the Pioneers return a solid core of players with experience, including an explosive offense with multiple players committed to play football in college.
I wouldn't want to be in any other offense. It's almost why I'm here right now. It's part of it. We're trying to be the most explosive offense this year in the state of Massachusetts, so I think we have the weapons to do that.
The team says being able to go against top players in the area during practice helps everyone grow. They push each other daily, allowing the younger players to receive great experience as well.
Our defense is coming together, and against this offense that we have, it's kind of powerhouse with the receivers and quarterback we have, Colin Schofield and Jay Brunel. And I think it's really making our safeties and corners better as a group, and we're communicating better, and hopefully it's going to pay off this year on the field.
You're going against such an explosive offense. It gives the D line especially, it works our quick twitch and everything like that, trying to get back into the backfield against Colin. It's working in the secondary to try and keep everyone on lockdown. And you can definitely see everyone getting better and better every day. And it's definitely just pays off having such high talent on the offense as well.
The Pioneers will see how it will pay off when they open Week 1 against a strong Catholic Memorial team. For the Friday Night Football Frenzy, I'm Brenna Wilson.
All right, so you look at Division III, and we both have St. John's as our team to beat in that division, even though it's a really deep division, and we do like other teams, but, man, the big three there with Schofield, Brunel, and Iman Dennis, offensively, how do you try to stop them? And then this is a squad that has some big kids up front on both sides of the line.
And that's really what you need, like Luke Shibley, those types of guys, to get up and push the pile on offense and defense, because when they won a state championship 2 years ago, they were big up front. They got 3 guys in that line that are playing college ball, and so they've got some talent up front to get that offense a little bit of space. St. John's is for sure the team to beat, and they are explosive.
Oh, man, you look at just on Twitter, all those Exceed Fitness, all those guys go down to Exceed Fitness with Sean Smith and look at the weight they're putting up and how fast they're getting, how quick they're getting.
And isn't Jay Brunel, isn't he
incredible.
like an Instagram guy or something? He's got a big Instagram.
He's going to be an
following.
Instagram model soon.
All right, listen, in this division, I like Shepherd Hill to improve as well. Anthony Orienti was a captain as a junior. The Hill's got some big guys in their senior class. So I like Shepherd Hill to make some improvements in this division and maybe make a little bit of noise in the mid-watch against good teams like Wachusett, who's got a ton of talent as well.
Yeah, and I like Doherty as well. Doherty has Noah Calorie back at quarterback. They have a huge line up front. Sean Mulcahy is nothing if not a rule follower, as we read earlier this year in the paper. But I'll tell you, Coach Mulcahy is going to have those kids playing tough. Even though Terry Wallace wants to throw the ball all the time, Coach Mulcahy will make sure they're still playing Doherty football, which means smash mouth football. Big line up front, huge, very talented quarterback who can scramble, who can run. that's going to be a tough team to beat. And Shrewsbury's huge up front as well,
Yeah,
too.
it's a really good division. Division 4, what are we agreeing on everything? We both like Tantascwa, and Tantascwa returns a lot of guys, especially up front on both sides of the ball. But they're 2 running backs, Ryan Sears and Liam Gore. They are both big, strong dudes that can pound the rock. And they've got some guys. They're playing a tough schedule, of course, this year, but they've got experience back. And I like what John Hargis can do with an offensive line. He played at ASU. He knows the deal.
Well, this is the thing, too. As much as, they're trying to de-emphasize some of the hitting in the game, football is still won up front. It's still won in the trenches with your pit crew. If you don't have a good line, you're not going to win no matter how talented your quarterback, receivers, or running backs will be. Tantascwa has a good, big, strong, tough line. That's why they're my pick. But again, Grafton, you can't count out Chris McMahon and Grafton because the Indians have experience. They've been there. They've played the big games. And you also get that confidence that comes with winning. They expect to win.
Yeah, they're physical. Cam Diamond's a player. We're back with more of the Frenzy right after this.
Crusader Nation, your Holy Cross football team is on the rise. Our accomplishments in 2018 didn't happen by accident. They were the result of hundreds of hours of work in the weight room, in the film room, on the practice field, and on game day. Our highest finish in the Patriot League since 2009? That happened. The largest comeback in program history? That happened. And
the kick is through! Holy Cross with a walk-off win!
Yeah, that definitely happened. Our winning streak to end the season continued well into December as we locked down the top recruiting class in the Patriot League and one of the best in the nation. So yeah, a lot happened in 2018. Now come see what happens next.
Sullivan Group is an insurance and risk management services firm based in Worcester for over 60 years.
Our company values, our family values.
Committed to our clients and finding them the best solutions.
Committed to being independent.
Committed to our community.
We live here, we work here, we volunteer here.
The Sullivan Insurance Group.
Committed to excellence.
Kevin, meet your father.
Kevin.
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 Trusted advice for life.
Kevin, how's your mom?
Thank you.
Life well planned. See what a Raymond James financial advisor can do for you.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
Bison Pride is the feeling that you get when you're with all of your Nichols friends and you're rooting for your team and your school and your community.
Even though we are a smaller school, you feel the big school vibe here.
Milford Federal Bank has been part of our community's history, honoring local traditions, supporting local causes, and caring about local issues since 1887. While many community banks have come and gone through the years, we're still here, committed to our loyal customers and the communities we serve. We're Milford Federal Bank, your community, your bank, your choice. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Friday Night Football Frenzy is presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia and Bay State Savings Bank.
Welcome back. Now we'll make our picks in Division 5. And again, we agree on this one. The Northbridge Rams, you give Ken LaChapelle one good quarterback and forget about it. You give him two good quarterbacks and the possibilities are endless for the double reverse pass, for the double pass, for everything that he can do because he's an offensive wizard. And, he's just a guy that keeps on being an innovator on the offensive side of the ball. Northbridge has got a very good offense, and they have two good trigger men. Either one could start.
Yeah, Jake Stasinski's one of those guys. He's a senior, but he's also a really talented receiver. as well. In Northbridge, you get the feeling they got a good senior class. They got some good younger kids as well that want to make a little bit of noise because it's been a little bit of a while. You have to knock off Nipmuc still in this division. Coach is gone. Some guys are gone. You still got to knock off Nipmuc. They're still going to be tough. Northbridge might be the team this year.
All right, Division 6 now. I got Millbury. Do you have Millbury as well?
Yeah.
We both have Millbury.
I love Millbury. They know this.
18 seniors.
They know this.
And you and I saw them in a camp earlier this summer, and they held their own physically with Shepherd Hill. Shepherd Hill is a very good team. Shepherd Hill's tough. They're strong. They're fast. The Millbury kids held their own. Coach Richards has got a good crew of seniors, and more than anything else, he's got leaders in that senior class. And when your players are your leaders, and it doesn't have to constantly come from the coach, that's a real good thing for your team.
Yeah, and you know what? They made it into the playoffs last year. They really fought and clawed with Littleton, a really good team. Anthony Greenwich is their quarterback. He's been waiting for this for years. James Crossman, the linebacker, he's a stud in the middle. I mean, they've got some dudes over there at Millbury. This could be the year for the Woolies to return to become the greatest show on turf, like they once challenged 4 years ago.
Well, a guy who used to play for the greatest show on turf, Jimmy Archambault, he's got a wagon down there with the Blackstone Valley Tech Beavers, and they are maybe thinking about a repeat. They're certainly my pick to repeat in Division 7, won a state title a year ago. Yes, they graduated some talent from that team. But again, it's Jim Archambault building a program. He doesn't build it for 1 year. He's building it for the long haul. They still have a lot of starters that return, and they also have kids that come up, have been in the program, know what the expectations are, and that is hard work. And his whole program is predicated on hard work.
Archie, I love you, but I'm going with Leicester again this year. I was wrong last year.
Are you kidding me,
I was
Arch?
wrong last year, and you know what? The BBT kids let me know it, and they're going to let me know it again if they take out Leicester. But Leicester's got Jack O'Neill and Dan Merrow, and they got Goslin, and they just got some guys this year offensively that can make things happen. They got to get that line going up front. They're big, they're physical. They got Rigo running the line, and they got Griff, who's an interesting character. So, you know what? I like Leicester this year, and Leicester, come on, I'm on you now. You got to come through for me.
And don't forget about West Boylston. Don't sleep on Mike Ross.
I love
West
Aiden
Boylston's
McNamara.
tough, man.
He's been wearing the same jersey under his uniform for
All
years.
right, Division 8. I got Worcester Tech. I'm taking Derek Robbins, the first-year coach, who is the next, according to Mike Ross, he is the next great coach to come out of the Mike Ross coaching tree. Remember, he had Chris McMahon, Andrew Tuccio, Danny Boyle. Well, now he's got Derek Robbins coaching over there at Worcester Tech, so you can expect a different look. You can expect some double wing in there. Teams are not used to seeing that in Division 8, and it takes a little while to get used to it. And it's also, there's a mindset that goes with that double wing offense that I think breeds that whole toughness. We're going to beat you up on the field and run it down your throat.
Was Tuccio a great coach? Anyway, this is St. Bernard's. Is he a system guy? I don't know. I like Tom Bingham. He's a
genius.
He is a great coach and an innovator, and Cuevas and company, and some of these guys are back. And again, they were at the top of the mountain in Division 8, and I think St. Bernard's has some dudes back. We talked to Coach over the summer during the Mawinnie Bowl, and he liked that crew that was coming back. He thought they'd compete. I like St. Bernard's again in 8.
All right, so now we got a little bit of time to just kind of look at some other divisions. One thing, Division 4, and we talked to Dave Tingloff and the Westboro Rangers, and Westboro's all about team. It's all about we, not me. Westboro's got a little thing building over there. Now, it may not come to fruition this year in terms of a division championship, but it is a program that is on the rise right now, and it starts with just getting numbers, getting kids out. Because the hardest thing to do is when you have only 18, 22 kids is to win consistently week in and week out, because you can't get the work in practice. Well, Westboro's trying to get those numbers up. It translates to better work in practice, which is going to translate to better results on the field.
You know what? I mentioned West Boylston because Mike Ross, and we were there for the first day of hitting, and they got some guys there. They lost some guys. They were in it with Leicester in the playoffs last year and lost in a slugfest, but they got some brothers on the team, the McNamara's and others. Aiden McNamara's been wearing the same jersey underneath his pads in practice since freshman year. It's a mess. They got Steve Thomas and company up front. They're going to have to do some work in that line. But Rossi's tough. West Boylston is a tough physical team. They will be heard from as well.
And Division 5-2, Auburn Rockets. Don't forget about the Auburn Rockets. They could sneak up on some people this year as well. We'll take a break and be back with plenty more of the Frenzy right after this.
I'm District Attorney Joe Early Jr., and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here's our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it, don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and communities. Join the Anti-Bully Crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglio.
Our founders would have never seen this coming.
Spygate?
No.
Deflategate?
No.
What then?
Benji! Benji knocks down any obstacle that he can get his paws on and tackles every high interest rate that gets in between us and our customers, which is why he made the Bay State Savings Bank team.
You're right. They would have never seen Benji coming, but I'm sure they're glad he came.
Bay State Savings Bank. We take banking personally.
Touchdown, Holy Cross. How's that for an answer? They are. All right, welcome back, everyone. Well, we have Holy Cross coming up tomorrow, taking on UNH. They play in week 1, open up against an FBS opponent in Navy on the road. They lose the game, but for a half, this was a really close game. The score really wasn't indicative of how close this game was. A lot of positives came out of this one for Holy Cross.
For their troubles in week 2, the home opener, they get UNH, a team who's perennially in the top 25 in the FCS and one of the top teams in New England year in and year out. It is a challenge, but the Crusaders are happy to be home.
Perennial power that are, on a mission right now for a good reason. I think for us, we just need to control what we can control. We need to be able to take those opportunities we missed last week. We need to define them. We need to put ourselves back in those situations and make sure they don't happen again. And I think we talked a lot about being able to do our job, and then whatever we do above our job will determine our success. There's a lot of similarities between what UNH does on offense and what we do. There's many similarities to what they do on defense and what we do. So I feel like right now we can kind of go at a higher rate of speed, ones, and still give each other a look that we know we'll see on Saturday. I think we just have to execute better than we did. We had some nice plays. We also left a bunch out there on the field. We'll be, I think, much better this week. To be home, especially after a trip like that where you're flying and it's such a great distance, I think it just feels good to be back home. I think this is something we can all get decently excited about. And then we're not home for a while, so we're gone for, however many other weeks that is till we come back home. So we got to make the most of this one.
All right, tomorrow it is Holy Cross hosting UNH. Game time live from Fitton Field beginning at 1 o'clock on Charter TV 3.
All right, we got a big week coming up. We got Thursday. We kick off our high school coverage with Auburn-Oxford, the old Thanksgiving Day game. We will have it live right here at 7 o'clock. Then we got your Frenzy, and then we have RPI at WPI. Big one for the Engineers next Saturday. All right, a lot of rule changes in high school football this year. Some of the big ones are a lot of these no automatic first downs, personal fouls, pass interference, face mask, not an automatic first down anymore. It's a 15-yard penalty, but not an automatic first down. That's going to be big.
Yeah, and you're seeing it's from NCAA rules, and it was just Massachusetts and Texas that were still not in this federation rule. Not anymore now. Massachusetts joins that. 3 timeouts a half. I like that rule change. Quarters are now 12 minutes long, but you see that there will be fewer stoppages of the clock. These games could actually move a little bit faster. There are 230 plus differences in the rules between what they were under the NCAA and what they are now in the Federation. And you've got referees and officials that are doing college games and high school games, and that poses a problem because you have some really good officials that might not want to do high school games because they might get the rules jumbled up with the college, and that's where they're headed. I mean, college is where the money is. So yeah, it's a tough situation.
Well, you look at this. Pass interference now, even if a ball is uncatchable, pass interference is going to be called. The clock starts when the ref spots the ball, just like the NFL, just like college. So when a guy runs out of bounds, the clock will stop momentarily, but it used to be in high school, the clock stopped until the next play. Not anymore. So I think games are going to be a lot quicker than they were a year ago. Intentional grounding will be called on the quarterback even if he's outside the pocket and he doesn't throw it to a receiver.
Receiver.
So
it's
a lot
a
of
learning
differences.
curve. It's coming. It's here.
All right, next week, big one. We kick it off on Thursday night with Auburn and Oxford, but tomorrow afternoon we'll see you at 1 in the afternoon from Fitton Field, Holy Cross and UNH.